If you're applying for a visa, here's 7 things you have to know. My name is Joseph. I'm here at the Southern California AILA conference. This is one of the best sessions that I've attended, and I want to share the key info with you. Number 1, consulates and embassies around the world, they still are suffering a major backlog. They're still prioritizing family cases over business cases. So if you're waiting for a business visa, you should really try to make the argument that you qualify for a national interest exception. Number 2, before consulate shopping was discouraged in the past, but because of the major backlog, it is now actually encouraged. Meaning if the interview at your home country has to be 6 months or 9 months out, and you can find another consulate that's willing to accept your visa appointment within 1 month or 2 months, then they encourage you to go to that post. It's like being at the supermarket. Choose the lane that's the fastest. Third point, from the time you made the appointment to the time where you actually are interviewed, it could be 6 months, it could be 10 months. A lot of things could have happened. You could have had a baby. So the DS-160 that you filled out could and needs to be updated. Suggestion is that right before the interview, you refill the entire application, print it out so you can present it to the officer. You should always bring your original documents as well, because the scanners and printers at the consulate are not the best. If they need anything, you can directly give it to them. It will help them process your case faster. Next, we are hearing horror stories about how strict consulates are with regards to drinking. If you have a problem of drinking, even if you don't have a conviction, even if you've never been arrested, you can still get your visa denied by answering the wrong questions. Sometimes they're asking questions such as, have you ever drank more than you expected to? I feel like every dinner party, people drink more than they expected to. If your Instagram page or Facebook page or social media have pictures of drinking, these all can lead to denials. If drinking is part of your lifestyle, part of your culture, you really need to be careful when you go to these interviews. Number 5, if your visa has been denied, don't worry too much. There's still an opportunity for you to get it approved. Just 2 weeks ago, one of our L1 cases was approved in the US, but denied at the consulate. We immediately reached out, asked for a supervisor review, and it was approved within 2 days. Consulates oftentimes reviews a case, and even though there was a prior denial, they can reverse that decision and approve it. Number 6, if you are a victim of OPT fraud by companies like the Fine Dream or other major academic institutions that defrauded students by giving them fake OPT status, it is extremely difficult to get an approval at the consulate. If they see there's an FBI investigation on your record, chances are they're going to deny your case. Their hands are tied. They're going to force you to apply for a waiver. But all hope is not lost. We have successfully obtained non-immigrant waivers so that they can come to the US and then apply for immigrant waivers for these OPT fraud cases. And last but not least, if your case is under administrative processing, it's just taking a long time for them to review your case, here's all the steps that you can do to help expedite. Number 1, ask for supervisor review and provide documentation on why it's so urgent. Number 2, prove your case is of national interest exception. Your company, your project, the things that you're working on, what you're going to do is so important that you need to come to the US now. And the last thing is, if your case is under administrative processing for over 6 months after your interview, you can sue them in court with a mandamus action. Oftentimes we see after the mandamus action's been filed, your case gets approved within 2-3 days. That's it. Those are 7 key things that you should know if you're applying for a visa. Good luck.